So as I walk around downtown New York, this is where the heart of the crisis happened. I will be walking around some of the most famous streets, and I remember exactly the year was 2008. I was sitting in front of my computer. I was in an office that I will take you guys shortly over there in Broadway, and I was a trader doing commodities at the time, derivatives, specifically in Chicago, New York. We traded at the company over there, soy flax, how do you call, soy meal, soybeans futures. We traded sugar, we traded orange juice futures. We also traded the DAX, the German index for the companies. We traded the S&P, and for the first time in history, nobody saw such a volatility before. It was just insane to go to work. You couldn't just take your face out of the screens. It was unbelievable. You could see movements of about 1,000 points in the S&P in about an hour. For the first time, the New York Stock Exchange decided to halt the trading. So that's super serious. When the market, on the pre-market, they already signalized that people were dealing 10% below, it's a serious sign that something is very wrong in the market. And that was when the heart of the financial crisis was happening. And I was here trying to understand what nobody could. It was about a week after Lehman Bros collapsed, and it was a very heavy, intense trading. Nobody could sleep. Even though markets would close at 5 o'clock, everything continued doing over-the-counter transactions. So a lot of what you see in the screens is necessarily what is going on, but also there is a lot of the market that happens as what they call OTC, over-the-counter. So over-the-counter is when two banks close a deal on the phone. They do have agreements, something called the ISDA, so International Standards for Derivatives Association, where they have lines of credit between Bank A and Bank B, and they close very significant deals. So a lot happens on the pre-market, on the aftermarket, and on this pre-market of that specific day that I will check the calendar which day that was, the market was signalizing that, hold on, the New York Stock Exchange will halt. It will open for like about a minute and then stop, no more trading. 30 minutes of pause so people can catch their breath and actually understand what's going on. So it was a very important moment, and at the same moment in the financial history, the Bitcoin was being created. At least the idea of the Bitcoin, nobody knew that it would be called the Bitcoin, nobody knew that a new cryptocurrency would exist, but that crisis was the heart. And here am I now at the World Trade Center. They didn't have this beautiful statue 10 years ago. 10 years ago, this place was just a lot of construction. It was like a lot of noise every single day. Now, let me see if I can reverse the camera and show you a little bit of how New York is looking like 10 years later. Financial markets evoluted, cryptocurrencies evoluted, and we all change. So I hope to bring a little bit of change to your thoughts as well. Thank you.